Hey everyone, have you noticed lately that men and women seem to be fighting everywhere? In South Korea, women are launching the 4B movement. No dating, no marriage, no kids, no sex. In China, so-called leftover women are being pressured into marriage. In Japan, more and more guys are becoming herbivore men and avoiding relationships altogether. What's going on here? Today, we're diving into the global gender divide, what it looks like, why it's happening, how it's affecting society, and what we might be able to do about it. Ready? Let's get into it. Let's take a look at how serious gender conflict has become globally. South Korea. This might just be the world's most extreme case. Men are required to serve 2 years in the military, women aren't. Meanwhile, women face the highest gender pay gap in the developed world, 31%, and 90% of violent crime victims are women. In response, many women have launched the 4B movement: no dating, no marriage, no kids, no sex. In 2023, a poll showed that 60% of young men opposed feminism, while 55% of women supported 4B online. It's a war zone. Even politics is split. 70% of young men voted conservative in the 2022 presidential election, while most women went progressive. In the 2020 election, 57% of young men supported conservatives, while 62% of women voted liberal. Gender issues have become deeply partisan. India. With 1.3 billion people, gender inequality is massive. Only 20% of women are in the workforce. Around 40% have experienced domestic violence, and child marriage is still common. But education is rising. Women make up 40% of college students in cities, and so is resistance. Though open conflict is limited, feminist voices are growing online. Men feel traditional roles are under threat, while women are tired of oppression. It's a slow-boiling conflict. Quick recap: South Korea is basically a gender war zone. China and Japan are quieter but tense. In the US, it's politicized. India is still deeply patriarchal but bubbling beneath the surface. East Asia, especially China, Japan, and South Korea, seems to be hit the hardest. Why? Let's keep going. Here's the short answer: hyper-competition. Or in one word, involution. Everyone's fighting over shrinking resources, and gender conflict is part of the fallout. Economic pressure. The pressure cooker is real. In Seoul, a modest apartment can cost over 1 billion won, or about $600,000. In Beijing, it's $1 million. In Tokyo, real estate averages around $4,000 per square foot. Young people work themselves to the bone, often in 996 jobs, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 days a week, and still can't afford a home. Men are expected to provide. 80% of Chinese men say buying a home is a must for marriage. Women, on the other hand, are highly educated. Half of Chinese grad students and 48% of Korean college students are women. But face workplace bias. Women in Korea make 31% less, and female execs are rare, just 10.2% in China and 7.6% in Japan. Cultural expectations. Confucian traditions in East Asia still push men to be breadwinners and women to be good wives and mothers. But women want equality, and quality partners. In China, many women look to marry up. In Korea, they're dropping out of the system entirely with the 4B movement. In Japan, many quietly opt out of marriage. Men feel feminism has gone too far. Korean men resent mandatory military service. Chinese men bash women for being gold diggers, and Japanese men retreat into apathy. The global view. The US is feeling the squeeze too. New York real estate averages $8,000 per square meter, student debt is crushing, and partisan politics are splitting the country. Men say women dominate education, women say they're unsafe. In India, overpopulation, 1.3 billion people, means fierce competition for jobs. Patriarchy keeps women down with just 20% working, but educated women are starting to fight back. Bottom line: shrinking opportunity leads to resentment. Men think women expect too much. Women think men aren't stepping up. Traditional gender roles add fuel to the fire. In East Asia, it's a perfect storm: economic stress and Confucian pressure. In Korea, mandatory military service makes it worse. In India, male dominance holds tight, but conflict is quietly building. So, what's the result of all this? Fewer marriages, fewer babies, rapid aging, birth rates are crashing. Korea's 2023 birth rate hit 0.78, the lowest in the world. China's is 1.3, Japan's 1.26. all far below the OECD average of 1.59. Even India is down to 2.0, the US is at 1.6. Why? People just aren't getting married. In 2023, Korea had 193,000 marriages, China 6.8 million, Japan 500,000, all record lows. The rise of singles. In Korea, over 30% of people over 30 are unmarried and single households make up 33%. China's got 41 million unmarried women and 50 million unmarried men. In Japan, about 25% of adults are single. In the US, it's also 25%. India's rates are lower, at 10%, but rising in cities. 15% of Delhi women aged 30 to 34 are single. Women stay single for freedom. Men often feel financially unworthy or just don't want to be walking wallets. In Korea, 4B women are out. In China, leftover women are holding the line. In Japan, herbivore men can't even be bothered to date. In India, urban single women are just getting started. The consequences: aging populations, labor shortages, pension crises. Korea's elderly 65-plus population was 17% in 2022. China's 14%, Japan's a massive 28%, India's still low at 6% but aging fast. Young people are too broke and burnt out to have kids. The system's breaking down. It's a mess, but not hopeless. Short term, change the narrative. Gender roles need an upgrade. Men shouldn't be expected to shoulder 100% of the financial burden. Women shouldn't demand a rich, tall, perfect guy. A 2023 survey in China showed 40% of young people support equal marriages, splitting bills, chores, and home ownership. That's progress. Policy matters. Take notes from Scandinavia. Sweden has laws against workplace discrimination, and 20% of execs are women. Affordable housing, childcare subsidies, and lower living costs help. The US expanded child tax credits in 2022, and it worked. Long-term, make life less brutal. Economic relief is key. Housing prices need to come down. Japan's dropped 20% since 2000. Shorter work weeks, like Europe's 35-hour standard, could help ease the pressure. Let young people breathe. Population control. Low birth rates aren't just bad. Kids aren't retirement plans. The real issue is overpopulation. 8 billion people globally in 2022. Not enough to go around. In places like rural India, birth rates are 2.3 versus 1.6 in cities. Fewer births means more resources per person, less competition, and less gender conflict. Be realistic. If we don't ease competition and update our thinking, things will only get worse. Korea's 4B women, China's leftover ladies, Japan's herbivore men, and India's urban singles are all symptoms of a deeper crisis. If resources stay tight, the fighting will go on. The global gender war reflects a deeper issue: economic pressure and outdated expectations. It's most intense in East Asia, political in the US, and patriarchal in India. Falling birth rates and rising singlehood are just symptoms. The root: scarce resources. Want to break the cycle? We need less pressure, more open minds, and smarter population strategies. What do you think? Can the gender divide be healed? Are you team men, team women, or just team everybody chill out? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.